Linda M. Lanier.
Well, part of it was timing because the job was available, but I had been at the Salzbacher Center for the Homeless for 6 years prior to this job. And every day I would look into the eyes of homeless people, and what I would see there were children who didn't get what they needed. They either didn't get health care or mental health care, they didn't get a proper education, they hadn't been nurtured, they hadn't been taken care of, they hadn't been healed if there was a trauma. I mean, in every case, there was something that if they had gotten what they needed as children, they wouldn't have been homeless. So I thought, why not move my work to the beginning and maybe find a way to help children get what it is they really need. I think everybody can do something. Some people want to be a mentor to a child who doesn't have a solid, significant person in their lives, but not everybody's going to be a mentor or even wants to. But anybody could do a book drive to collect books for children. In our own way, we all find ways to share our personal treasure with nonprofit organizations in little ways or big ways. We can all do that. We can all take our feelings about children to the ballot box because issues do come before the voters, or candidates come before the voters that either really believe in the future of children or don't. So everybody has something they can do. Well, just from my own experience, I would say try all kinds of things and don't look right off the bat for the ultimate leadership job. I have licked envelopes, I've hauled sandbags, and I've also written strategic plans for nonprofits. So there's an immense variety of things to do out there, and try everything. And then the other thing I would say is look for environments where you're comfortable with the people who are there, whether it's the staff or the other volunteers, because we know that what keeps people engaged is being around people that they feel comfortable and happy with, or who they're challenged and excited by. So look for a sort of a personal environment where you feel like you fit really well. It's be curious about everything. It's so easy in a profession to just stay sort of deep in your profession and really learn what it is you're doing, whether it's medical or social services or business or whatever. But what really makes a rich personality, and I think a better leader, is to be broad and learn a little bit about everything. I read books about science. I read books about futurism. I read books about world political challenges, and I find that in almost every way I can take learning from those different things and I can bring them to my work here. I've learned about family dynamics. There is no more a family than the people here at the Jacksonville Children's Commission. We are a family, and the principles of family dynamics operate here. So that's been something else that I bring. So I would say be really curious, try to learn about a little bit about everything. Also makes life really fun. Well, if you had asked me a few years ago, I would have probably given you pretty personal stories about seeing an individual's life change, or seeing somebody get out of a tragedy or something like that, some kind of personal healing. But I have to say that at this point in my career, I think it's really exciting when I see forces come together, whether it's a group of funders all get together and decide they're going to work on a project together. One situation that I'm seeing right now is the Newtown Success Zone. I'm seeing these wonderful agencies and volunteers and funders all coming together because they want to do something in one little area of Jacksonville. They want to make a difference, and they want to create a new model. So on a different level, that's it's a different kind of problem solving, and it may seem less passionate or less personal, but for me it's very, very satisfying. I have two, actually. The first one is I think people are happier when they keep their promises, don't you? It just makes you feel better. And the other one, and this has been the secret to my marriage, but I think it's also a good secret for personal interaction, and that is sometimes, not always, but sometimes it's more important to be kind than it is to be right. The milk of human kindness goes a long way in finding ways for people to work together. So kindness, I think, is really important.
Linda M. Lanier.